Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we have a brand new mid-month Hawkeye token event that started yesterday, in addition to a couple of key events like the CTP 50% off unequipped discount. So take advantage of that for the time being. Thankfully, I already have a new ranking of all the best characters, well, the top 10 best characters for each CTP, including reforged CTPs. So use that as a guide for you, in addition to other resources to figure out if you want to move around some CTPs and stuff like that, because right now they are 50% off. Reforging is also 50% or ×3 chance up, but I don't really worry about that too much. What I want to focus on for the majority of the video today now is the token event, the Hawkeye token event. These are very straightforward quests. You should have 100 tokens as of this video. And then again, you got 12 more days, so you're going to get a total of 700 tokens. And the shop is basically identical to the shop we had last month, besides one key difference. So before I get into that key difference, I want to highlight and again say, because I still get so many questions on this, and people are so hesitant to trust the old adage, right? The old strategy of just pick the P card, just pick the premium card. Even if you have them all, even if you think your luck is garbage and you're never going to get the card you need, who knows? You could get the card you need. It just takes one chance, one opening of good luck. And the thing is, nowadays with these events, like you can see, the premium card is 650 tokens. The Mega Tier 2 ticket is 650 tokens. You're only really going to get one really strong item. I know it's tempting sometimes if you're very close to Tier 3ing a character to choose the CCF or choose one of the other rewards, but really it's not worth it at all. And I kind of personally cringe at myself in the year past, because at one point I was actually choosing the Awakening Crystals, and now I look at that and it's just not, it was just not worth it at the time, but I didn't know any better myself. So yeah, even I make these mistakes. I just want to really emphasize how valuable the card is. And honestly, I am still thinking about, right now, I'm still thinking about picking up that card, because I'm still working on my card that I have not completely rolled properly. I did do a re-roll off camera maybe a week ago, and I got the blue all attack, so I'm very happy about that. It now has 2 perfect stats, the max HP and the all attack, but it's still far from perfect. As you can see, all the red and green stars and those resist stats, just they need to go. And so that could take me 1 roll, that could take me 5 rolls. I have no idea. And so if you take and you look at the value, that card, that one premium card, again, can still cost you 6,000 or whatever, however many thousands of crystals. Yeah, 6,750 crystals, because that's 10 pulls on the thing, or it's like still 4,200 crystals when it's discounted. Now with the anniversary around the corner, by the way, for those of you that don't know, the MFF anniversary is at the end of April, but the rewards for the anniversary are like, they should be announced very soon, because what they usually do and what they've done for the past few years is they will start the anniversary rewards like 1 month in advance. So they basically start April 1st or April 2nd, and they start like a 28-day check-in, a 28-day mega anniversary check-in. That's different from all the check-ins we have now. It's different from, it's different from this check-in. It's different from other check-ins. It has way better rewards. And so we're only about a week away from that. So they should be announcing it soon. And then, of course, for the anniversary, if it's anything like last year's, if it's even better than last year's, they had full discounts like they do on Black Friday for CTP chests, for comic card chests, etc. So even with the discount, that's still over 4,000 crystals that I would be saving by just guaranteeing myself a random premium card at the moment. But I'm still torn, because for 500 tokens, I can get the 4-star selector. And the 4-star selector is still really clutch, especially for characters that I feel like really need it. Thankfully, not all characters need the 4-star selector, or they need an artifact at all. But let's take a look now. This is sort of the surprise. This is the one change, the new characters in the token selector. So gone are all of the Asgardian and Eternals characters. So no more 4-star Hela artifact, no more 4-star Heimdall, I guess, and Sif. And then, of course, all the Eternals. You could farm a 3-star version of their artifact, so that's not really a big loss. But that tells me that they're going to aggressively, I was going to say aggressively, they're going to aggressively change, right? They're going to update this every month. That's the impression I'm getting now that we've seen 2 months worth of it. So with that in mind, I think that at the very least, the next 4-star artifact selector will not have the Spider-Man, Kingpin, and Black Cat. More conservatively, it's a possibility that they're also going to remove Emma, Psylocke, and Mr. Sinister. They're going to remove the last 2 updates, basically the December, January stuff. So with that in mind, my ranking, if you're going to be choosing this 4-star artifact selector, and honestly, it's still a really good artifact selector. Basically, the only really good artifact we lost from last month is Hela. So if you didn't pick it up last month when it was recommended to you by myself and other content creators, it's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a, we don't want to cry over spilt milk, but yeah, it is spilt milk. Let's not make that mistake twice. So knowing that, my ranking would be number 1, Black Cat for sure. And I highlight Black Cat because even if you don't have her uniform, again, even if you do not have or you cannot get her paywall uniform, and that's definitely a possibility for some players, and then that's okay. The artifact is a support artifact, and it applies to all allies. All allies. It doesn't just apply to villains. It doesn't just apply, it applies to all allies. And so it's a really good buff, right? I think the increased basic damage is like 7 or 8% at 4 stars, which is great. It's really not that far off from the 10%. And then I believe the increased basic damage dealt to bosses is like 11% or 12% or something like that. So again, it's still very good. I think it's like 60 to 70% of what you're seeing there with the 10, 10, 20. And you get all 3 stats at the 4-star version. So yeah, there is a difference between the 4 and the 6-star version, but it's not that much. It's less than 50% of a difference, and it's still going to help you out in a lot of content, especially dispatch, but other content like that. And then when you can actually get her uniform, if you can, then it just creates this omega value. But the reason why I rank Emma Frost's I rank Black Cats over Emma Frost's is because of the PvE versus PvP disparity. Not everybody likes PvP, but of course everyone has to play PvE because of all of the rewards, right? Even the biggest PvP gods have to play PvE content, have to farm it because they need the materials to go back into PvP. So that's why I do put Emma just a little bit lower than Black Cat, but Emma is my second ranking, and I'm ranking these two, number 1 and number 2, Black Cat and Emma, because they could be disappearing soon. So really consider whether you're going to pick them up. Don't pick up Emma's if you don't have her. She's a very expensive character, but if you've already invested in Emma, especially if you've already purchased her uniform, I think this is a strong case for picking up this artifact. I have the 4-star version myself, and it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference in her performance. She gets a lot more kills for me now, and she basically hard counters characters like Thanos, which is super clutch. Beyond Black Cat and Emma Frost, I do think that the third best one, although you could pick it up next month, is Adam Warlock's. Again, for PvP almost entirely, but don't pick it up if you don't have the character, or possibly even wait if you don't have the uniform, because he is ultra expensive. Beyond those 3, there is a pretty big drop-off. After Adam Warlock, there's a pretty big drop-off. Probably the next best artifact is Thanos's. It's good for PvP and PvE, so it's got that flexibility, just buffs his damage up a lot, and damage is actually, the one thing that he kind of needs a little bit more of in PvP at times versus like some really tanky opponents. So yeah, this is a nice option, but it's definitely quite a bit less value than Adam, Emma, or Black Cat. And then after Thanos, to be honest, again, there's a bit of a drop-off. I would say go for one of the sharpshooters. I would say my ranking, I looked at all of their buffs and I considered the effects and I considered the characters, and I was like, I think Hawkeye's is the best out of the new ones, and then I think Kate's would be second best. Her buffs are better than Hawkeye's because it gives her iframe ignore, but they don't last as long, right? It's an 8-second buff with a 16-second cooldown. Oh, that's at 6 stars, so it's actually even less. It's like a 4-second buff with a 10 or 12-second cooldown, so it's not that good, and she's not even going to have the buff up that often. So it's kind of annoying. And then I would say like 7th, would be Echoes. I'm kind of considering Echoes right now. My personal dilemma, if I'm not going to get the premium card, if I'm going to go for the artifact, is between Thanos and Echo. Because I really feel like it's kind of gnawing at the back of my brain, like Echo could kind of pop off in PvP with this artifact, but she might not. And on the flip side, this helps. This definitely helps for Thanos. So I'm a little bit torn personally. Maybe hit me up in the comments down below and let me know which one of those you would choose if you were me, or maybe which one you would like to see me showcase first. That's also a possibility. I can absolutely do that. I kind of wish I could buy this twice. So devs, consider adding a limit of 2 for the 4-star artifact selector, because then I would absolutely buy that pack that gives you a bunch of tokens. I would absolutely buy that pack to give myself tokens so that I could double up on the artifact and get some crystals. It's not worth it right now for me, but it might be worth it for me. It would be worth it for me to showcase both in that case. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. I wanted to remind you guys, as always, to absolutely do your event quest. There's no reason to skip this quest. There's no reason to skip these tokens or miss them. And then remember to spend them, right? Spend them, especially if you're going to buy something that you don't have to wait till the last day on, which is basically everything in the shop. There's nothing that costs 700. I would say buy it on the second last day. Don't wait until the last day. There's always someone out there who forgets, and then they end up with nothing, right? I hate that feeling. So don't get stuck there. Hopefully the artifact advice has been helpful for you, but as always, get that P card. Really, you should be getting the P card. But I cannot follow my own advice sometimes, so I understand if you don't either. But please try not to get the other ones, guys. Please don't get the random CTP. And I don't know, even at this point, the Mega Tier 2 ticket, I'm not too sure. There's not too many premium characters you absolutely need that a Mega Tier 2 would really be clutch for. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.